Picture a huge, beautiful 5-bedroom house in a quaint suburban town. Now imagine getting it for only $80,000. It sounds like a dream, right? For the Lutz family, it was a dream that quickly spiraled into an absolute nightmare. This is the story of the Amityville Horror House, one of the most infamous haunted places in America. Before the Lutz family ever set foot inside, this home was the scene of a horrific crime. In November 1974, a young man named Ronald DeFeo Jr. took a rifle and systematically murdered his entire family while they slept. He went from room to room, shooting his parents and his 4 younger siblings. When questioned, DeFeo claimed that voices in the house told him to do it. The time of the murders: around 3:15 in the morning. Remember that time, because it becomes incredibly important. DeFeo was sentenced to life in prison, and the house on Ocean Avenue was put up for sale. Just over a year later, in December 1975, the Lutz family moved in. George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, thought they had found their forever home. The price was unbelievably low, and despite knowing about the murders, they decided to take a chance. They even had a priest come to bless the house before they moved in. But the blessing didn't go as planned. The priest sprinkled holy water. He reportedly heard a deep, booming voice scream, "Get out!" He warned the family not to use one of the upstairs rooms, but he didn't elaborate on what he had experienced. The Lutz family didn't last long. They fled the house after only 28 days, leaving all their belongings behind. What could have possibly driven them out so quickly? The stories they told are the stuff of horror movies. They reported swarms of flies in the middle of winter, strange cold spots throughout the house, and doors and windows that would open and close on their own. They saw green slime oozing down the walls and crucifixes that would turn upside down. The youngest daughter, Missy, developed an imaginary friend named Jody, a pig-like creature with glowing red eyes. One night, George Lutz claimed he saw Jody's red eyes staring at him from outside the window. But perhaps the most chilling part of their experience involved George himself. His personality began to change drastically. He became withdrawn, angry, and obsessed with the fireplace, too. And every single night, he would wake up at exactly 3:15 a.m., the time of the DeFeo murders, feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. It was as if the house was trying to get him to repeat the terrible events of the year before. The family was terrified, believing that a demonic presence was taking hold of their home and their lives. The final night was so traumatic that they grabbed a few clothes and ran, never to return. So, was it all true? The debate has raged for decades. The Lutz family passed lie detector tests, and their son, Daniel, maintains to this day that the events were real and still gives him nightmares as an adult. But skeptics, however, point to inconsistencies in their story and the potential for financial gain from books and movies. The family's lawyer later claimed they made the whole thing up over a bottle of wine. Meanwhile, Ronald DeFeo Jr. spent the rest of his life in prison, passing away in 2021. In interviews, he continued to claim that he heard voices, that something evil in the house drove him to kill his family. Whether the Amityville house is truly haunted by a demonic entity or the site of a tragic story that was later sensationalized, its legacy is undeniable. It forces us to ask, are there places so tainted by tragedy that they become gateways to something else? Something evil. What do you think happened in that house on Ocean Avenue? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Nightshade Signals for more chilling stories.